Velocity TV begins now.
Part number 2 of a big Sunday night doubleheader is live here on Full Velocity TV. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show here live tonight. Facebook Live, YouTube and Twitch TV. Phil LaCasse here alongside and reunited with my broadcast partner, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton on the controls here over at the Grassroots Racing Series. Week number 6 for the street stocks at the Lanier National Speedway in Bradenton, Georgia. And Todd, back where we love to be, Lanier in a street stock. This is going to be a lot of fun and a pretty dang good car count on hand tonight at Grassroots. You ready to go for some really good racing?
Definitely ready for some fantastic racing here tonight. Lanier Speedway, just kind of missed coming out here earlier for the Stars on Dirt guys. Just getting caught up here with you, Phil. What was going on for the Stars on Dirt? Congratulations to those guys. 2 yellow flags in 6 feature events. That's fantastic.
It was a great night. So heat race number 1 for the Grassroots Racing Series. Street Stocks is out on the Speedway. Let's take you through our 10-car starting lineup on the pole. The 113 car is Eric Warman. Well, 26 car David Klein alongside. Ryan Bronson and Josh Peacock make up row number 2. With the number 16 of David Blackburn and Jordan Curdy in the 40 car in the 3rd row. Row number 4, the 72 car is Bailey Bennett. The 053 of Chadwick Rigby. And our 5th and final row, the 99 of Matt Miller. The 631 car of Alex Cummings will make up our 10 cars here. Grassroots Racing Series Street Stocks Heat Race number 1. Going to be 10 laps of distance here around the 3/8 mile. Get yourself a cold beverage and strap yourself in for a wild ride as we go green flag racing. Eric Warman going to lead David Klein into turn number 1.
Yeah, Warman down into 1, already off in turn number 2 with that 113 machine. David Klein running in that 2nd spot. Down to the bottom side, that's Bronson. Bronson side by side with the 61 machine of Josh Peacock. That's a battle for that 3rd spot.
Good battle for 3rd there. See Bronson in a different number 6 car than I usually see him out there in tonight. Usually see him out there in the Speedway car, and I definitely don't see that one out there, but that's a good race going on there. For the race lead is Klein around Warman. They're going to be 3 wide for 2nd with Peacock and the 6 car of Bronson down to the low side. Give David Klein the race lead, but it's still 2 and almost 3 wide there, Todd, for 2nd on back. Looks like Peacock going to score out of that battle there for 2nd. They'll stay side by side for 3rd off of 2.
Yeah, Peacock didn't want to be the meat in between the sandwich anymore. Splitting the difference up through the middle. That number 61 machine now goes for challenging here for the number 26 of David Klein. Klein on the top shelf of the Speedway. Peacock looks low. Bronson right now hanging back there in that 3rd spot. The number 6 machine now side-by-side battle. Ensuing for the lead. The 26 got the momentum coming off the corner. The 61 of Peacock maintains 2nd.
Yeah, Josh doing a good job looking for the low side around that 26 of David Klein, but the outside lane has looked to be really good at Lanier all far here tonight. We were here earlier on with the Stars on Dirt guys and finished the night here with the guys at Grassroots. I love this racetrack. I'd come here every night if I could. By far and away my favorite in iRacing, of course. And David Klein going to lead the field over Josh Peacock. Ryan Bronson in for 3rd. Eric Warman rounding at your 4th spot. And in our top 5 to complete the field, there is car number 16 of David Blackburn. So there's your top 5. David Klein leading the field as they hit the line this time around, Todd. We got 2 to go on the field.
Three laps remaining here for the 26 machine, the 61 down to the bottom side. The 61 of Josh Peacock side-by-side battle. Maybe something not going awry here with my timing and scoring up on the top. Nope, we got 3 to go here. The 61 of Josh Peacock down to the bottom.
I was a little premature. I looked and I saw lap 7. Got some programmed to 8-lap heat races tonight or whatever else. And that was 10 laps. So I'm a little bit early, a little bit ahead of myself. They'll get 2 to go this time. How about that? 2 to go from the stand for David Klein. Josh Peacock going to look down low for the race lead. They're going to make a little bit of contact. Upsets the front end of the 61 car. Gets him all out of shape. That's going to open the door for Ryan Bronson to jump in there and race along Peacock for 2nd. But off of 4, white flag goes up for David Klein.
White flag up in the air for the number 26 of David Klein. Peacock, we're sitting there in that 2nd spot. Do not believe he's going to be able to make a challenge at the 26 here. He's going to try one last ditch effort down to turn 3. So is a Bronson down to the bottom side. But off of turn number 4, picking up heat race number 1. That's number 26 of David Klein, Josh Peacock, Ryan Bronson, and Eric Warman round out your top 4.
Yeah, that was a good race. They were 3 wide at the line there for fourth on back. David Blackberg was the one that picked up the 4th spot in the 16 car. So those guys were 3 wide back there. Blackbird picking up 4th, Warman in 5th. Bailey Bennett in for 6th, Rigby for 7th, Alex Cummings 8th, Jordan Curdy 9th, and Matt Miller was scheduled 10th, but he did not take the green flag, so 9 cars started there. Heat race number 1, heat race number 2 on the racetrack scheduled for also 10 cars. Let's take you through the lineup here on the pole. Car number 012, the 012 for Braden Richards, alongside in the 420, that is David Clymer. In row number 2, car number 19, the showstopper, Mr. Jamie Massey on the outside, and car number 17, that is Trent Miller. In our third row, we find car number 60 of Trace Williams, the number 14 of R.J. Klein alongside. Row number 4, a very good row, number 8 of Austin Miners. And the evil one, car number 21, Jim Revis, rolls off of the outside of the 4th row. And rounding out our field, car number 13, Caleb Ramsey, and the number 67 of Sawyer Swatek make out the field here. So calling for 10 cars, and I think we got all 10 out there. Just clicking through, and not sure that iRacing's having a good day, Todd, or the Trading Paints program's having a bad day, because I'm seeing guys in all weird paint schemes out there. So you saw Jim Revis in a purple car. I see him in a red car. Trading Paints has had a long day. I've watched a couple of the broadcasts, including our own earlier tonight. Guys are out there saying they're in different cars, and we're seeing different cars. So Trading Paints definitely having an issue out there tonight, but hey, we'll take it and run with what we see.
Yeah, definitely not used to seeing the number 21 of Jim Revis. That is a purple car here on our screen, so hopefully Trading Paints catches up. And what is going on with these machines is not sure why the 21 is in a purple car, but we'll get that righted here on Full Velocity TV, or pound the heck out of that Trading Paints program, and maybe eventually get all these cars right in the right direction as far as pace schemes. We're getting ready to go racing here with heat race number 2. Remember the 21 of Jim Revis. He is currently second in the point standings here. He's about 20 points out of the first position, but we're getting ready to go green flag racing, restack, repack, green flags in the air. Braden Richards leads the charge down to turn number 1. Here comes the 19 of Jamie Massey down to the bottom immediately, 3 wide, battling going on. Massey gets a little bit loose down on the bottom side, but he's going to gather it back up down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Massey showing what he's got down on the bottom side of that 19, but he has to back out of it there, the 420. A Clymer right now holding on to second.
Clymer going to hold on for second. The guy who's eating that sandwich is Trent Miller in the 17. He's up the outside of the racetrack. Here comes the Jim Revis machine, that 21 car. Even one graphics sponsor machine currently running 5th. He's going to look to the low side. They're side by side for 4th. They're side by side for 2nd with Clymer in the 19 of the 19 of, as I'm losing names up my tongue here, Jamie Massey in the 19, so you see Massey in the 62, that's going to throw me off. But the race leader up front, car number 4, or 012, the Braden Richards machine, the 012 up front leading the field, having a good run, but look at the run on the outside. Clymer, the 420, is getting us in a little bit of contact even behind them, as I believe that was Trent Miller once again getting knocked out of line. They are racing all over this racetrack.
Trent Miller drove it in real deep and heavy, got into the side of the number 19, the showstopper, Jamie Massey. That caused him to have to check up, and Jim Revis was right there to pounce and take over that 4th spot. As the 17 machine of Miller tried to get it over, wrestle that spot away from that 19, but look, he drives it hard, and around goes Revis. Second time, second corner, that the 17 has put somebody around or nearly around there, Phil. Trent Miller hard and heavy into the corner. Just seems like he gets that kind of run that is uncontrollable sometimes.
Yeah, and somehow you're going to figure that out, because you don't want to be taking guys out like that. Jim was having a good run. Unfortunately for him, that's going to impede that one there, but we're going to put lap number 8 on the board next time around, so 3 more trips around, and we've got a new race leader off of the corner with the 420 car of David Clymer going up to the lead, drop kicking Braden Richards back to second, Massey in for third, and then it's anybody's guess back there for what's going on for 4th on back. Looks like Trent Miller right now in for 4th. Caleb Ramsey, Sawyer Swatek, Trace Williams, and Jim Revis and Austin Miners are back there on the outside looking in deep in the field. Those guys being turned around, but now a race for the lead back ensuing. Clymer is up high. Braden Richards going to look back down low in the 012, and don't count out Jamie Massey as they got 2 more trips around.
Yeah, definitely don't count out Jamie Massey aboard the number 19 machine, running in that 3rd spot. These guys down the back straightaway here in the turn number 3. The 420 machine of Clymer, Richards, and Massey. Miller running in that 4th spot. Ramsey for 5, and then number 13. They go by the start finish line, and believe this time, yep, going to be final lap here down into turn number 1, off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway is the 012 of Brendan Richards going to mount a charge. He is indeed going to do so. Down to the bottom side. Can he make his stick? Drag race to the start finish line. The 420 going to take down heat race number 2 of Clymer. Richards and Massey going to be your top 3.
Yeah, it was a good race right there for those guys up front. I believe it was Trent Miller going to be in for 4th over Caleb Ramsey. Caleb Ramsey in for 4th. Trent Miller 5th. Sawyer Swatek.
Where the fucking died, man.
Trace
Nice way to
Williams
take
and,
the fucking second place points car out.
I slide jobbed that ass and he took me out.
Well, that's going to run out our field here. So let's get through it for quality. All right, here we go, folks. 60-lap main event on the pole. Car number 26 of David Klein with David Clymer alongside. Row number 2 is Josh Peacock and Braden Richards, Ryan Bronson and J.B. Massey in row 3. David Blackburn, Caleb Ramsey, Eric Warman, Trent Miller, Bailey Bennett, Spencer Swatek, Chad Rigby, Trace Williams, Alex Cummings, Jim Revis, Jordan Curdy, Austin Miners, Matt Miller, R.J. Klein, your 20-car field. We are green in the near. Grassroots Racing Street Stock Series makes its way to turn number 1.
And here comes Josh Peacock down the bottom. Oh, contact made, and around goes Bronson in the number 6 machine. So Bronson off the front bumper of another competitor out there, Phil. And the 6 around in the knot.
All right, well, I was clicking up to where the field was, and I didn't see where the bumper was. But what I did see was the 6-car of Bronson around. So, Todd, why don't you tell us the story?
Well, we got an instant replay here. It looks like the 19 of Jamie Massey did not realize the 6 was down there. Came down and got into the side of him. And the 16 machine spinning around. The number 6 completing the spin, I should say. The 16 machine of David Blackburn. So 2 different contacts. Massey coming down, not realizing the 6 is there. He had no room to go down there. The 6 had to do something, check up just a tad bit. 16 of David Blackburn spins it.
And we'd apologize out there because we heard a little driver communication go over the radio. Ever knowing like NASCAR circles, they put the in-car radio over the TV and you never know what you're going to hear? Well, you got it unfiltered right there live on Full Velocity TV. So we'll turn the race chatter off there. As heard some really angry race car drivers coming through there through the chat. We you know, that's always kind of cool to hear, but I'm not sure y'all want to hear that out there. I'd love to give it to you, but I'm not sure the censors out there would really appreciate it. So we'll let that go out there. But thanks for tuning in, all you guys out there watching. I see Dan Crossett. I see Jason Salter out there. I see Jeff DeWolf out there. As we go back to racing at Lanier, David Klein and Josh Peacock going to lead the field. That's a big stack up there back in the turn 1 and 2.
That's a huge stack up for these guys. The 61 had to make contact to the wall there, Peacock. Meanwhile, out with the lead, it is David Klein in that number 26 machine. Clymer running in that second spot. Peacock relegated back to third. The 19 now down to the bottom. That's Jamie Massey side by side battle for that third spot. So Massey trying to wrestle that away from Peacock, but Peacock just not going away.
No, Peacock fighting there on the outside lane. J.B. Massey down low, that number 19 car. Those guys are racing really good for third. Braden Richards is there in the 012. He's running along fifth, but David Klein's got it rolling up front. He's going to have the lead. David Clymer there for second. Peacock going to wrestle away third. That's going to put, or Massey going to wrestle away third. Peacock now going to have to fight with Braden Richards. They're side by side for fourth off of 4.
Yeah, Peacock definitely not in the preferred group as of right now. I believe that top shelf going to come alive towards the tail end of this race. Maybe even about halfway home, you're going to start seeing that top shelf where these guys are going to make some moves. But the number 19 machine peeking down to the bottom side. Then is Jamie Massey again, the 19, trying to get around the 26 of David Klein. Klein down to the, oh, contact made, and Massey just into the side of the 26, and around goes the 26 of David Klein.
They are all stacked up over there. That's a tough break for David Klein in the 26. Massey's into the side of him, and a couple more cars got stopped over there as well. Tough to see where they were, but man, they were just running over each other back there. So that is a tough break for guys like David Klein up front racing, and tough to see who else was involved there. You'll have to go back through the replay, Todd. I know David Klein getting the worst of the steal, but there was multiple other cars that stacked in behind that one as well.
And it all started with the contact of the number 19 machine. Massey, the 26, goes around. Contact made. It looks like Austin Miners with a little bit of contact. 67 machine. I believe that was Sawyer also involved in that one, Phil. So some contact made. 26 of David Klein, probably a little bit teed off there. The 40 also was around, but Jordan Curdy in the 40 machine. So he's going to join in the tail end of the field. But I know how when I'm pissed off in racing, Phil, it makes me go a lot faster, especially at the local track.
I don't know. Do we need to put the race chatter back up? Maybe we let the guys out there watching tonight on Full Velocity TV out, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. You want to hear some of the in-game chatter? I mean, it's quiet right now, but it's been quiet since that outburst, so I hear it all. I like to know what's going on in the race server, but someday we'll give you guys a whale through it. So what I can tell you is Jamie Massey was giving end of the longest side penalty. He's going to go to the rear of the field as we go back to racing. David Clymer, Braden Richards, Josh Peacock, Caleb Ramsey, David Klein going to be your top 5 in the third one.
Yeah, Braden Richards running a good race. Here comes Ramsey down to the bottom. Yellow flag going to fly. As quick as we got that green flag out, the yellow hanky came back out over the field, Phil.
It did, and I think that might have been thrown from race control there. Something they didn't like on the restart or whatever, because I believe that one came from above. So I think that's what, third yellow flag now working, lap number 14 of 60. So these guys having a couple of issues getting this one started here tonight. So tough break, because great racetrack, favorite mod, Street Stocks at Lanier. I get really amped up to do these shows, and I want to see some green flag laps, because this track can really bring these guys to life. But not sure if there was initial contact out there, Todd, or whatever the heck happened. I know that yellow silk came out really quick, so I don't think it was any kind of contact, but I think it was more getting the field properly aligned.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, Phil. No contact made out there on the speedway. Do not have that widget in the back to hear what's going on, so unfortunately can't tee you guys off or make you guys aware, I should say, tee you guys off. That would mean piss you guys off. I'm not trying to do that here on Full Velocity TV. We heard enough of that in the race chatter. Drivers getting mad at each other. That's fantastic. One of these nights we're going to have like a rated R event here.
I'll do my best. I'll try to piss enough people off. I'm good at that. I made a career at that. So we'll try our best, but we'll cover the action as we always do in a very professional and dignified manner here on Full Velocity TV. Who the heck am I kidding here? David Clymer and David Klein going to be your front row. Braden Richards, Josh Peacock. We go back to green flag racing, and somewhere in the side of my mind there's another voice talking out there, so I'm not sure if I'm schizophrenic or I've just done too much work this week, but hey, we're back to racing, and up front it's David Clymer, the 420.
Guy I've been keeping an eye on, Phil, is at 13 of Ramsey. Ramsey's been diving it down to the bottom side, getting one whale of a run. Also, Austin Miners in that number 8 machine now trying to make a 3 wide on Ramsey and Peacock in that 61 machine coming down the back straightaway. But Ramsey has one whale of a car, one whale of a ride underneath him right now, running in that 4th spot. So we're looking at lap times, and he was almost the quickest out there on the speedway last time by. Second quickest on the speedway was Caleb Ramsey. So that's nothing to shake your head down at. Ramsey right now making that move down to the bottom side. He's going to take over third. Not so fast. The 26 of Klein going to fire back, and yellow flag going to fly over the field once again here at Lanier.
Yeah, these guys are kind of impatient tonight, I got to say, as we're 20 laps in. 4th yellow flag of the evening, and I think this one may have got, is it Eric Warman in the 113? I believe, or could have even been Jim Revis back there in the 21. Not exactly sure. I saw 2 cars kind of free falling through the standings. So Either the 113 or the 21, Todd, take your pick. I'm pretty sure one of those guys involved.
Yeah, Jim Revis, we got our eyes on him, and, well, he had nowhere to go. Jamie Massey was already around, so that clues us in. Let's go take a look at Jamie Massey in that number 19 machine. What happened to bring him around? Massey was right there, running his own race, minding his own business, trying to get back up through the field. And, well, he was an innocent bystander that time, trying to throw it down into the bottom side, and those guys were making contact, and Massey couldn't really go anywhere. But he did pull out in front of Jim Revis, not knowing I don't think Jim Revis was coming. He pulled out smack dab in front of Revis as he was trying to join the tail on the field, and Revis hammers on him some more.
Yeah, and I don't think Jim's very happy. Now 2 laps down. I believe he came in tonight second place in the overall standings. I'm not sure you have the point widget ready for us, Todd, but I believe Jim came in tonight second in the points. That's a tough break for us. So we go back to Green Flag Racing. David Clymer, Braden Richards, Caleb Ramsey, David Klein, and Austin Miners now making up your top 5 of the front field.
Now, Austin Miners coming from deep in the field. We're going to throw up the on-the-move widget, the race progress here. And we can show you where our favorite driver is, who's made the most gains, and it's been Austin Miner. 13 positions gained for Austin Miner in that number 8 machine.
Sure has. That car has been solid all evening long here, doing a great job of coming up to the field. Austin Miner's now up in the top 5, having a good run. He's up top, but up front, David Clymer leads, but Braden Richards, that 012 machine, he's looking low, as is the 26 car of David Klein. Almost going to look for that 3rd lane down there. They go back to 2 wide. Richards underneath Clymer for the race lead now off of 2.
Yeah, Braden Richards down to the bottom side. Can't make it work down there. It's not sticking. He can't get that forward bite off the corner to try to get around the 420. Now he's going to muscle it down, and a little bit of contact made there. Those guys keep it in the right direction, though. We're almost coming up on halfway home there, Phil. And the 61 of Peacock starting to lurk, and the 21 of Jim Revis moving out there on the speedway now from his pit stop. 4 laps down right now, running in that 19th spot.
Yeah, that's a tough break. I am sure he's not happy, of course, and you never want to have an off night like this in a place like Lanier, which I think is one of Jim's all-favorite racetracks, so that's definitely a tough break for him tonight. But David Klein and Braden Richards having a terrific run up there for the race lead. You got David Klein riding there in 3rd. You got Peacock Ramsey for 4th. I believe that's Peacock there, the 61 car, running at your top 5. I swear these numbers, Todd, they're starting to go upside down and sideways on me, because I look back and I saw Jamie Massey. I look at Josh Peacock. You flip 61 upside down, you get 19. I think I'm working through it. I'm starting to get delirious up here.
That's no surprise there, Phil. Already done 6 big features here this evening. You have by yourself with Jack at the controls here tonight, and been it was a fantastic 6 features here. Now this one's starting to shape up rather well here. The 420 of Clymer, Richards battling it out here for the top spot. Peacock and the 26 of David Klein. Those guys battling it out there for the 3rd spot. Don't count out Ramsey either. Ramsey running in the 5th spot, and Miner running in 6th. He's just a little bit out of this fray, Phil. So these guys, any little mistake, the other guy's going to be right there to pounce.
Absolutely right. But I'm watching these guys go at it for the lead. Braden Richards keeps taking shots down low underneath the 420 car. That right front keeps making contact with the left rear of the 420. Now, not enough to send him around, but think about fenders versus tires, Todd. That's a real thing, isn't it? I mean, can you get into somebody's left rear and maybe cut down their tire, or their fender cut down your right front tire? It's a lot of risk when Braden goes up there slamming on the left rear of the 420 like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of risks there as Braden Richards now back down to the bottom side again here on the 420 machine of Clymer. Going to see if he does hammer on the 420 that time. Not going to do so. But here he comes. Braden Richards drives it in deep and makes contact there. And around goes Braden Richards in a knot.
Sure does. And he's stuck down there down low. No yellow flag out there yet. As he is stuck, he's going to get the car righted. And we're going to stay, it looks like, green flag racing for the time being. Now they're going to throw the yellow flag as the thing started out. Finally saw Braden Richards rolling away. Yellow going to come on the racetrack, and there is no disputing what that one was for. Contact between the 420 of David Clymer and the 012 of Braden Richards, and I think this one's got a really good full velocity TV feature, Todd. This may be a candidate for you make the call.
So we're going to go back. We're going to let you guys make the call. The 012 of Braden Richards and the 420. Who is your current race leader? Does the 420 run him out of space down on the bottom, pinch him off and cause that? Or does the 012 just throw it in too deep, too heavy? And it wasn't quite his position, so he had no business being there. You make the call.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I'm going to let you guys, I don't even want to take that call because, I don't know, are we in the, I'm not race chat. I'm a broadcaster. I'm not here to piss anybody off, am I? I'm not here to kind of, I don't know, we pulled a punch here, Todd. How do you feel about that one? I really hate that from Braden Richards. I don't think he really did anything wrong there. I know they're racing hard for the lead, but the racing has got to cut him some slack down, and you think, I don't know, we're going back to green flag racing.
Well, I don't know, Phil. I feel that if you're not up to the door there, it's his position. It's his position to lose, and obviously you drove it in pretty heavy, but I won't make any more of a call than that one, but I strongly believe you have to be up to the door. The driver has to be able to see you before you can actually say, oh, that's my position, because these guys race in cockpit. But green flag is out here. We're already a lap more in. We're on lap 39 of 60. And a newcomer here, the number 61, and Josh Peacock, to try to battle with the 420. As quickly as I say that, yellow flag going to fly once again, Phil.
Yep, yellow is back on the racetrack, and that shut this one came from the starter stand for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure you see a car around. I don't see anybody falling down through the standings of the race, so I don't really have an answer for you, Todd, but you're a whole lot better at this control thing than I am, so take us for a little whip around, but I really don't see anything kind of off kilter here.
I do see the 72 machine coming in hot and heavy on Braden Richards and that 012 machine. Around he goes in front of Jim Revis. Revis not having any luck at all here tonight, Phil. And they kept it going, but the starter deemed it necessary enough to bring out that yellow flag for that one.
Yeah, and I see Jim Revis out there 7 laps down, and to think he would need 7 more wave rounds to get back to the lead lap. I think that would kind of be impossible here tonight, but hey, stranger things have happened. We're only 41 laps in of 60 here on Full Velocity TV, and I don't know, I can tell my voice has had it, Todd. I'm kind of a little short on air. These guys tonight seem to be a little short on temper, or patience, or whatever you want to call it. But what I do know is the lights are going to go out around the speedway. We're going to go green flag racing this time around. David Clymer, Josh Peacock, David Klein, Caleb Ramsey, David Blackburn. The 16 car now up to the top 5. We go back to green.
Back to green flag racing. It's the 420 leading the charge. Clymer into turn number 1. Here comes Peacock back down to the bottom side. And that number 61 machine. Nice battle going on for the top spot. Also nice battle going on for the 3rd position there between the 26, the 13, and the number 19 of Jamie Massey, making his way up through the field once again. Have to be relegated to the rear for contact made. Oh, Peacock makes contact with the 420 machine there. So Peacock and the 420 racing really hard there. The 420 came down the track just a tad bit. Clymer trying to hold on here. 16 laps remaining with Peacock running in that 2nd spot. Now coming under fire from the 26 machine of David Klein. Klein looked to the bottom there momentarily. That fire was put out rather quickly. The 26 now falls back into line.
Yep, 26 going to fall back in line back there as those guys are racing really heavy as well. But up front, still David Clymer and Josh Peacock, and I think it's going to be tough to pass the 420 car. He's made that thing awfully wide. David Klein now in for 3rd, Jamie Massey 4th, and Caleb Ramsey, the 13, had a really good solid run. He is up there in the top 5 as they are all jostling for position up there, but it is the 420 of Clymer leading. What do you think there, Todd? Can anybody make the run around him? He's not giving up that low side. He may have to go make it happen up top. Is there a top lane out there right now with these street stocks to make that happen?
He's definitely going to have to try something against the 61 of Peacock. Been keeping my eyes also on Ryan Bronson, who's made it up through the field, Phil, after making a ton of contact there, missing a front nose. He is up to 6th position, so great run for Ryan Bronson coming back up through the field. So there's been a lot of comers and goers here in this feature event so far as we're coming down the front straight over here, flashing by that start finish line, 12 laps remaining. Now, I don't know, they're going to have to go on the outside, or they're going to have to pay a little bit of bumper tack, Phil. The good old chrome horn is what they're might have to do to the 420 to get him up and out of the way of David Clymer. You don't want to wreck him, obviously. You just want to rattle his cages, Dale Earnhardt would say.
Well, the dirt track racing, Eric Eichstadt School of Driving says if you're going to send it in, you got to send it in huge. So I think if you're the 61 car, you want to drive that thing in there, kind of like Braden did, but you want to make sure you come out the other end of that thing. It may have to happen here as these guys are going to race hot and heavy. David Clymer is going to do all he can possibly do in that 420 to hold on. Peacock there for second. David Klein for third. Massey is fourth. Caleb Ramsey slipped back to the fifth spot. Sixth, we find back there the number 6 car, Ryan Bronson, with a great rebound. Trent Miller running seventh. Austin Miners eighth. Braden Richards ninth. And David Blackbird going to round out your top 10 here as we're running down on laps, Todd. 52 of 60 on the board. We're under 10 to go. Can David Clymer hold on? He's on the better part in this last half of this race.
And Clymer doing the best he can to make that bottom his own there in the 420 machine, just trying to block the runs from the 61 to Josh Peacock. Peacock's been peaking down on the bottom side. So hasn't Klein in the number 26 machine. Looks like the 19's gone away just a little bit from the fray. But the 420 of Clymer just trying to hold on. Peacock's there every inch. And I'm going to tell you, last time by, Clymer was still indeed faster than Peacock. It was a 16 or 17.563 to Josh Peacock's. Now he's faster again. So Josh Peacock faster this time, 17.510. So Peacock a tad bit faster. But it's one thing to catch one of these drivers, Phil. It's another thing to pass him.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I'm just kind of observing through the corner, and it looks like the 420 car is kind of bowed out a little bit more sideways than the 61 car is. Is that scrubbing any speed off the 420 car at all, just being kicked out that extra bit sideways? Is the 61 gaining time by keeping a little smoother of a line through the corner? They're door to door for the lead off the corner. They make contact once again. Peacock's going to save it. But what do you think there, Todd, as we observe the way these guys attack these corners right now?
Well, we were just looking at that little bit of contact made between the 61 and the 420 from the blimp, just showing these guys where the lines have been. The 61 trying to use the momentum from maybe the middle portion of this track to try to get a run here, maybe on the 420. He dives it down deep and hard into turn number 1. The 420 going to be able to motor out of that corner, though, and flash by the backstretch there into turn number 3. It looks like he's been able to pull away from the 61 just a little bit, putting a little bit of gap between himself in the 61 and the 26 and the 19 as we are on 4 laps remaining here. Will the 3 laps remaining? Will the 420 be able to hold on? The 61 and Josh Peacock's going to have to do something a little bit better to try to mount a challenge. He is closing that gap rather quickly there, Phil. Popsicle stick's going to be in there. 2 more trips around Lanier.
2 more trips around. Can David Clymer hold on? Does Josh Peacock have another luncher? How about these guys racing at it for third? Jamie Massey down low under David Klein. Looks like Massey, the 19, going to stake claim to that third spot. But off of turn number 4 this time, we are going to see white flag up in the air. 1 more trip around for the 420 of David Clymer. The 61 of Peacock there for second. Does Josh have 1 more last gasp off of 2? And down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Off the corner. Checkered flag and a wave in the air. David Clymer going to pick up the win here. The Grassroots Racing Street Stock Series at Lanier. Josh Peacock going to be in for 2. Third going to be Jamie Massey. Fourth for David Klein. Ryan Bronson picks up a top 5 finish. That's a great rebound for him. Caleb Ramsey in for 6th. Braden Richards comes back to rally to finish up 7th. Austin Miners in 8th. David Blackbird in 9th. And Alex Cummings up deep in the field. 631 car rounds out your top 10 with Chad Rigby 11th. Eric Warman in for 12th. Bailey Bennett for 13th. Trace Williams 14th. Matt Miller, the last car of the racetrack, 15th. You got Jim Revis will finish up 16th, I believe. There, Trent Miller was 16th, I believe. Jim Revis 17th. Sawyer Swatek 18th. And our final car in 19th tonight was Jordan Curdy aboard car number 40. Was 37 laps down. So big win tonight for David Clymer there, Todd. Great race. Great way to hold off Josh Peacock. Jamie Massey, that was a good race up there. But the 420 used that line to his advantage and made it awfully tough for these guys to pass. And I guess that's racing.
Definitely racing as the 420 of David Clymer tries to do his best rendition of burning it down on the front straightaway here on the dirt here. So he's just kicking up a lot of dirt, a lot of clay out there into the stands. And fans are loving it here. The 420 of David Clymer taking down the victory here this evening. Able to hold off the hard charging number 61 of Josh Peacock. He held off charges from some of the other gentlemen that were directly behind him too tonight, Phil. So it's going to be rather interesting to hear his victory lane. And I tell you, Josh Peacock running in second, solid second place finish. And Jamie Massey, after being relegated to the rear, worked his way all the way back up to third for a podium finish.
Yes, he sure did, Todd. And we're going to work our way. We'll work our way over now to the Grassroots Racing Discord channel, where we hope to talk to all 3 over there in our top 3. So give us about, 60 seconds to a minute or whatever it is, 30 seconds. We'll be right back here in the post-race show, live on Full Velocity TV. Back here live, Full Velocity TV, Lanier National Speedway, Grassroots Racing Series Street Stocks here, post-race show over in the Grassroots Discord. We'll talk to our top three, and first on the docket, we find the driver of car number 19. That number gets me kind of all messed up here tonight, but it's our Freddie the Showstopper, Jamie Massey, finishing up third. And Jamie, you had a pretty eventful night. Had to come from the back of the field, back up to third. Really good charge for you. Tell us about your race out there. Racetrack looked to be in really, really slick condition.
Yeah, I had a good car. Me and David Klein got together, and it took him around. I didn't even think I really hit him hard, but my man up in the tower said I had to go to the rear, so that's what we did. And it was rough coming back from the back. I think with the track being so slick, it helped me out a lot. You know, people was trying to run different grooves and kind of left me the bottom there a couple times, and I didn't want to force issue on David again and, wreck the man again once I got back to him. So I kind of took it easy when I got there, and he slipped up there with 2 to go. And my 2 teammates was, they were racing. They was trying to decide who was going to win. I know. I was hoping they was fighting over who was going to let up and win the race. I was hoping they was both going to let up and drive by them.
I like that thought right there. Always fun to see teammates up there racing and just kind of cheer them on to go take each other out, win the race, and run right. I like that. As a teammate of Todd, I'd like to see him wreck sometime. Let me have one of these things. But, Jamie, tremendous run for you in the second spot, that 19 car. Looked really sharp out there. Man, I don't really know where to go from here. I'm going to give you the floor one more time. Anybody out there you want to thank? We're live, of course, on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Anybody you want to thank or shout out to? The floor's all yours there, bud.
Yeah, I just want to thank my wife and my team and H&L, man. It looks like we're doing pretty good, I'd say. 1, 2, 3 there. I'd like to thank my wife and for allowing me to do this. And this is going to be a long shot, but it's probably one of my last broadcast races. Racing season has started, and it's game over for our race, and I got to do the real thing on the weekend. So, I appreciate everything y'all do. I appreciate all my teammates, and maybe I'll see y'all later on in the future.
All right.
I really wanted to win this race tonight, but it is what it is. Glad my teammate did.
You know what? You're going out there racing for real, brother. Good luck. Be safe. Keep digging out there. Keep in touch with us, all right? Come back and check in with us.
Thank you, man. Congratulations, Climber. Josh, good run.
All right, there you have it. Jamie Massey going to finish up third here tonight. We'll walk a little further down here and find another half of the teammates standing around. I'll come around here to the 61 car of Josh Peacock. And Josh, another good solid run for you. God, I love this racetrack. And you and Climber going at it up there for the race win. Guys leaned on each other quite a bit. Tell us about those battles there in the closing.
Oh yeah, man. Me and Climber race with each other pretty consistently. Know each other drives. Feel like I had a little bit better car. I just didn't want to run slap through them. I don't race like that, and I don't want to cost anybody a win. Oh yeah, it's good fun.
A lot of good fun tonight. But how tough was it to get around this racetrack as slick as it was? I mean, it looks like since the new build has come out, all these tracks seem to be a little slicker than normal. This one, especially the street stocks, these heavy cars. How much fun is that to slide these things around a little bit more?
Oh, it's a blast, man. It's turned into a driver's track about halfway through. You had to have throttle control to get the car around the track. It's like I said, it's good fun.
All right. Well, you get second here tonight. You're getting closer to victory lane here on Full Velocity, but not quite there. Got one more time left to go. I think you could have taken it with the bumper tonight, but hey, you say you don't want to drive somebody that way, especially a teammate. So I'll give you the mic one more time, Josh. You know how this works by now. Anybody you want to say hello to out there? We're live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch.
First off, I want to thank RJ Klein for putting this deal on. It's giving us something to race on a Sunday night other than our usual league we run. But yeah, man, let's thank them, all my guys at H&L. Man, it's going good. Hopefully, I'll be able to park it one of these days.
Is getting closer, folks. There you have it. Car number 61, Josh Peacock. Another solid run. These guys have really start coming to life. This H&L group. They are players to wreck with, Todd. Each and every night you find a couple of these guys up near the front racing, and you find an H&L car in victory lane. They sweep the top three tonight. You got David Climber down there in the winner. So.
Yeah, down here in victory lane with driver of the 420, David Climber. David, fantastic race. Down here in victory lane with driver of the 420, David Climber. Fantastic race here tonight, leading 53 of the 60 laps and able to hold off hard charging Josh Peacock. Did not realize those two behind you were your teammates, but you still, nevertheless, you guys are both going for the win. Tell us about your race.
Oh yeah, I slide under the radar. You know what I'm saying? People don't know who I race for, and that's the way I like to keep it. Man, I seen Josh. You know what I'm saying, with that 5 to go, and that's what I kept asking him. I kept asking him, "Hey man, you in the points? You in the points? You in the points race right now?" And he was like, "No, no," because I was gonna let him by if he was. But yeah, it was definitely a driver's track. Like Josh said, you had to stay in there. Drive it with your foot, and had to know a lot of throttle control. But rather than that, I mean, it was a fun race, and I'm glad I got out front. And once I got out front, it was just trying to stay clean. So.
It definitely seemed like the top went away early, David, and nobody was really trying the top shelf of the Speedway. Looked like everything was down to the bottom. Was that the case?
Yeah, that was the case. Heat races, the top, when I watched the first heat, and going into the second heat, and I started it on the high side, P2. The high side's where I wanted to be anyway, so I knew I was going to be all right up there. And high sides, what I'm saying, was perfect during the heat races, and it reset the track, what I'm saying, for the feature. And I really didn't know what was going to go on, but I knew I had to charge up there the first couple of laps to get up there and take that first spot. And that's what I did, and I just kind of stayed on the bottom. And I knew if I kind of went in there with a lot of throttle, the back end of the car would rotate a little more and would almost spin out. But I had a lot of throttle control to keep it in there with the clutch and everything. It was much more of a blocking line that I was running the whole race.
All right, David, as we're accustomed to here on Full Velocity TV, you're finally picking up a win here on Full Velocity. We're going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank this evening.
All right, well, I think Todd may have lost a button or whatever happened there, but I'll take the interview from here. David, congratulations, buddy.
Huh?
Big win here live tonight on Full Velocity TV, and I'll give you the mic one more time out there live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Anybody you want to thank out here for the big win, take it away there, bud.
Oh, yeah, I got to thank RJ for putting this on. It's my second race in here.
Yeah, I went over air.
Got to thank Team H&L, for having me over and everything. My wife, for letting me race and everything. But got to keep it up for y'all, they're staying in the booth for 60 laps, so.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Our big winner down here tonight, David Clymer, taking down the win. And I'm glad he's got some good teammates behind him there, because I could tell you, if it was Todd and myself out there in the 420 and the 61, I'm sure whatever one of us in the 61 car wasn't going to let that 420 win. So congratulations to Clymer. Takes down the big win here tonight. And I'll throw it over here to my teammate, Todd, who I think we got back on the voice communication. If you were coming through, I wasn't hearing you over here, Todd, so I'm sorry I cut you off there if you were going, but wasn't coming over the Discord. But good run. Clymer takes down the win. Always good to have a teammate behind you. Maybe we should take some notes out there, team racing together, because we've been on the wrong end of these deals more times than not, haven't we?
Yeah, we race hard. Those guys are racing hard, too, so we've always raced hard like we always have as of late, and that's one of those things that, we make mistakes, and they're bound to make mistakes too, making contact here. Tonight they were just flawless, no mistakes made. Top 3 for H&L here this evening, and there was a lot of heated drivers here tonight, Phil, and that's a product of good old-fashioned short track racing, dirt racing at its finest, and local tracks coming up here soon, like you said, Jamie Massey. My local track coming up here probably in about three weeks, Phil, as long as the weather breaks up here in New York. We should start going here live here on Friday nights, so you'll see a lot less of me on Friday nights and probably a little bit more of Phil and maybe some of the other guys. But I know that we have some more things planned on for the near future, maybe something here on Full Velocity TV. We'll see. Well, there's a lot of things coming out. We keep making things happen here tonight, and Grassroots Racing, fantastic race nevertheless here tonight. H&L top 3 sweep here at Lanier Speedway.
Yeah, and I look forward to coming to Grassroots every Sunday night. Always a good time over here, and thrilled to have these guys. A great client here. There's 2 more races to go for these guys to round out the season. Then we'll see where it goes from here. But congratulations, David Clymer, taking down the win. Thanks all you guys out there tonight playing along. Full Velocity TV, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Got to thank my partner Todd alongside for all of his hard work. Thank Jack Schuin for being in the controls earlier. Thank Martin Karts for graphics. Josh Smith for cameras. Got to thank Charles Wooten for the help on all the layouts and everybody else that makes up the cast of characters behind us. So many of us, and thank all of you out there for keeping us here alive and well and thriving, and all the support you give us here live on Full Velocity TV. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night over at DSO for a great doubleheader. Pro late models, super late models coming up tomorrow night, 9:15 Eastern Time. We'll see you then back here for more of great round of programming with Full Velocity TV. We'll see you tomorrow night.